Wonderful freedom fighters and lovers of freedom all over the world, my returning subscribers and those who are watching without subscriptions, you guys, I have no word. May the Lord be with you all. May the face of the Lord shine upon you. And those who are watching without subscription, please go ahead and do your sisters a favor, smack the red button and click the notification bell. On each video, we tell you what to expect on this very particular one. You are going to see a part of the video that shows vividly that Nigeria has been run by terrorists, local and international, confirmed with pictures and evidence, even from the United States of America. Nnamdi Kanu shall be free to declare Biafra for you and I, he said.
I want Facebook to please permit me. Facebook, I am not inciting violence. I'm only creating an awareness, because I rather die speaking the truth. I want Facebook to please permit me. Facebook, I am not inciting violence. I'm only creating an awareness, because I rather die speaking the truth than keep the truth to myself and watch millions of people die for me keeping the truth to myself. I'm a comedian, but I can't be cracking jokes when my people are dying. Facebook. Now, I want to tell people something that you people have forgotten. I believe that Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of Nigeria government. Nnamdi Kanu is being held by the Taliban themselves. Let me rewind you back. That man standing behind Mr. President, the one circled with red. Most of you know him, most of you don't know him. His name is Yakubu Musa Kafanchan, the same man that was arrested back in the year 2005. Arrested along 5 other people. Coming back from GSPS. This man is a Taliban extremist, arrested by the DSS. And everything that was found on them, money, weapon, were confiscated. They were confiscated. Now, why was he arrested? He was arrested because Yakubu Musa Kafanchan was the same person back in 2002 that set up a terrorist cell in Kano and Katsina. Now, this is the same person standing beside Mr. President. This is the same man that is standing in Asu Rock, standing behind Mr. President, beside Mr. President. And now you tell me, and the man who is crying, like who feels that there is no fairness when it comes to judgment, is languishing in the DSS custody. Another person who feels there is no fairness when it comes to judgment is being chased around. But a terrorist is standing with our president. Standing with our president. Tell me, is this a nation? No wonder Malami is calling for state of emergency in Anambra State. And the federal government is backing them up. Calling for state of emergency in Anambra State. And the federal government is backing him up. Now you want to ask yourself, like, what is happening? Is it that the North, their lives don't matter, or the people in the North deserve what is happening to them, or the people in the North are flies, or mosquitoes, or cockroach? Because these people have been hit with insurgency. Katsina, Kaduna, and Zamfara. As I'm talking to you right now, 16 people, there was an attack again, a Boko Haram attack that left 16 people dead. Still yet up to today, there have never been a call of state of emergency in this north that people are dying. These are people's children, sons and daughters. But Malami is calling for state of emergency in the east. I'm telling you, if the southeast governors should allow this happen, then it's a slap to the southeast. Because you preach one Nigeria, then you need to practice one Nigeria. Because going by this now, if this happened, then that is to say the only person that does not believe in one Nigeria in Nigeria is President Muhammadu Buhari and the federal government. Because practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. You preach one Nigeria, you don't practice it. Insurgency, a state of emergency to be declared in the east, but in the north, where the banditry have been the order of the day, they have not. There's nothing like a call for state of emergency.
Florida, in a swamp. Closest town was 30 miles away. The first thing that happened in the world that brought to bear to me that maybe things weren't always right, maybe things weren't always good, wasn't the Vietnam War, because I was in the South. It was correct and just, and we were the warriors. It was the Biafra War. And I remember very distinctly thinking, this just isn't right. This isn't right. This is a great people. It is a great nation. There was a country. And then later when I learned, something most people don't know, that there is a plausible argument that democracy began in Igbo land. The very first written constitution on this planet was written by the Igbo people. The very first democracy that involved self-governance, that worked for everybody, not just the Greek wealthy, but everybody, was in Igbo land. And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders was in Igbo land. The West, Europe, we were still in the Dark Ages. And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government and a just and meaningful society and due process and fairness. And to this day, you see a great many Igbo leaders that are women. So it is my honor to have been able to work with the Igbo community. We are contemplating preparing an appeal to the United States Supreme Court related to the senseless slaughter and what we believe to be the genocide of the Igbo people. To bring this full circle, that has been going on since 2016, overseen by the APC. It's not ironic, it's not a coincidence, that the only APC governor in Igbo land is the one the Supreme Court just forced upon them. Not ironic, not a coincidence. Nigeria has just been placed with a visa ban, as everyone knows. That's not the United States picking on Nigeria. That is the United States seeing Nigeria, the Nigeria that exists now. Not the historic Nigeria, not the hopes of 1960, not the hopes of Iransi, not the hopes of the three founders, not the hopes back to the 900s. That's what Nigeria has become. And unless it gets better, it of course is going to get worse. It cannot get better unless the judiciary can be a bulwark against the corruption, against the senseless slaughter, the genocide, the tribal hatred, the regional issues of one part of the country gets to have the oil, one part of the country gets to grow the food, the other part of the country gets to have the finance and the business, and then the rest of the country gets to have the guns and the power and tells the rest of the country what to do, or else they will perish. That's just the start. And the visa ban is just a start. If you read President Trump's words, compared to them what he said about the other nations, it was as harsh or harsher than any other nation. He did not write this, or this wasn't written as though it were addressed to a strategic and historic ally. He was tougher on Nigeria in some regards than he was on the Sudan. In Sudan, who has been on the terrorist list for a long time, rightly or wrongly, that's where Osama bin Laden lived. That's where Al-Qaeda was born and nourished and nurtured. And yet, if you look at the visa ban for people from the Sudan, it is hopeful. You can get off of this. In Nigeria, it is far more stern. So the people of Nigeria need to understand this. And the Supreme Court needs to understand. They have an opportunity to correct a wrong. And it is a wrong that is so blatant and so apparent that it is almost the stuff of comedy. But it's gravely serious. It is very, very serious. That's really all that I think we have. We would probably like to open the floor to some questions. We have a handheld microphone if anyone would like to ask any questions.
Thank you, my amazing people. If the video interests you, go ahead, like, share,